Disclaimer, I still do like this game. Obviously, this is the only game I have reviewed on my channel right now. The only game that I've made rankings on. Top 10s, saying if stuff is good or not, comparing the jump and the hammer. Listen, I love this game, but no game is ever perfect, and I'm going to be talking about my 3 least favorite things about Partners in Time. Now, I could have done like maybe a top 10 or a top 5, but I'm not going to be doing that for 2 reasons. One, there are going to be no locations on this list. This is very general about this game. And 2, I really couldn't find stuff that isn't nitpicks. So, it was very hard, except for obviously these 3. These are main things about the game that are annoying and I absolutely don't like. I didn't want to make a top 10 and me faking me disliking the stuff. Like me putting the bros attack system on this list, saying that, oh, it's not really good to use this instead of the BP system. That's stupid. But other than that, let's just get into the 3 things I don't like. Number 1. You see Holly Jolly Village on the screen. Yeah, I'm talking about it again. Tutorials in Partners in Time are garbage. Now, I just want to say, I don't personally hate tutorials, but, I mean, that's just because that they're a necessity. They have to be there for new players. But when it's dragged out like this in Partners in Time, it ruins characters and it ruins an area, which is so bad for me. It doesn't completely ruin the Toadsworth and Elite Hammer Bros, but it definitely makes them worse because I associate them with the people that give some tutorials. But that really, really affects Stuffwell. Stuffwell, all I think of him as is the person that gave that a really annoying tutorial at Holly Jolly Village. It ruins his character for me. And again, I made a video on Stuffwell, so if you want to check it out, don't forget to. But it also ruins Holly Jolly Village for me. Holly Jolly Village is easily my least favorite area in this game, just because of the tutorials. You obviously got the mushroom plays, where you talk about battles, and you got the jumping tutorials. Are you kidding me? We know how to jump. We were taught how to jump at Peach's Castle. And also, the battles in the mushroom area, we already had 2 tutorial battles. The only thing that we really need to be taught is Luigi jumping in battle. And that's once! It gets more and more annoying, especially when, like, Luigi gets hurt on purpose for the game. I don't like tutorials and Partners in Time. I never liked them. I think Paper Jam and Superstar Saga did tutorials really good. Number 2. You've heard me tear into this before in the boss ranking. This boss defeats the purpose of Elder Princess Shroob. Not this channel, because this boss keeps my rage alive. But this boss is supposed to be the final boss. You're supposed to ignore Elder Princess Shroob entirely, and just Princess Shroob in general, and think that this is the final boss. This boss is awful. You can't attack. There's no point in this boss. Now, I actually figured out a way to make this boss better, but honestly, the best thing to do is just remove it completely. I think the way to do it is that if one of Bowser's attacks hits, you need to die instantly. Once, like, let's say Luigi gets hit, poor Luigi, he instantly dies. I think that's the only way you can save this boss. Now, personally, I don't want to save it. This boss is garbage. But the only way to save it, I think, is with that. But leave in your ideas in the comments below. But if you guys don't have any ideas, I don't blame you. This boss is awful and there's no point for it. Number 3. I feel like this game is missing so much potential. Think about if you could go into the places in the present, like the Koopa Sea, Thwomp Volcano, Toad Town. Imagine those places, but in the present. That would be so cool to look at, and it's just something that's missing. There's a lot of missing stuff about this game. Like, imagine, like, a boss where Bowser is powered up by a Shroob. Oh. Forget that I said that. Imagine fighting Petey Piranha in the future. Wouldn't that just be great? It'd be better than what I said before. In all somewhat seriousness, though, this game is missing a lot. I feel like it's something that can't be added on, but it just wasn't. I don't like that this game is only basically in the past. The game feels very small. It's just missing a lot. And it's sad because, again, you could have had just these great things to happen, but it just never did, which is very disappointing. But those are my main 3 complaints. Now I'm gonna go over 2 things that people have complained about before, but I'm gonna say why I don't think it's a big deal to me. The Bros Attack system. I made a whole video on this, saying that I personally do like the Bros Attack system, but I do see comments saying it's too spammable. I do agree with this, but I also think that any Bros Attack item is spammable. And this is because you're always leveling up your BP a little bit, where you're always going to be able to do like 5 or 6 attacks of the same thing. So, if you don't have enough POW, then yeah, you won't be able to spam it on a boss fight, but other than that, I always have enough where I'm always using the exact strongest attack, and I'll never run out of BP. This especially applies to Dream Team. Linearity. Don't judge me for not using Elder Princess Shroob's theme here and in the Shrouzers boss fight. I'm not going to talk about that. But what I am going to talk about is linearity in this game. Is this game linear? Yes. Do I really care? No. I never really care about this game being linear because I never go into a Mario and Luigi game going for stuff like side quests, being able to go wherever I want to. I go to Thousand Year Door for that, where there is a good amount of side quests. But in this game, all I really care about is the boss fights and the bros items. So, it's just a fun place to be. I never really care about linearity in video games, to be honest, ever. I just want to get to point A to point B. I actually don't like games that let you just be free, because I don't know what to do. Yeah, this does mean I really don't care for Mario Odyssey, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Super Mario 64, Super Mario Sunshine. Those 4 games that are super popular, I never cared for, because I never knew what to do next. So I really do like linear games. This is what I like in a video game. But that's what I'm gonna do. I just want to say this right now, I know a lot of you guys came from Fantalad, so I'm gonna leave his channel in the description below that didn't come from him. And of course, make sure you enjoyed both of our videos, because I actually saw his videos. He's a pretty cool guy. So, yeah, check him out if you haven't. I'm gonna leave his channel in the description below. I'm gonna leave the Partners of Time playlist in the description below. But other than that, see you guys in the next video.